Okay, right in front of your face, just clap for me once. Thank you. Okay, now I want you to say and spell your full name for me.
Michelle Lynn, or Michelle Touchette Lynn, MICHELETOUCHETTE-LYNN.
Okay, Michelle. Now you're going to be looking to Tim for these questions, okay? And I want you know, maybe it's going to need to be looking at me, actually. Yeah, look to me, if you could. Michelle, just talk to me a little bit about your thoughts on Chris's work. Wait, 1 second. And go ahead.
It's actually a pleasure to show Chris's work because an artist with that much integrity shows through in his work. You can always tell when somebody really knows what they're doing. There's absolutely nothing on a piece of his work that you can find a fault with. People come in here who are painters and Harley painters. They see the pieces in the window and they're drawn in. And they come in and they look at them for the detail on them because they know what they're doing. And they're like amazed by his work and in awe of how the level of his craft.
Have you, quality aside, just maybe give some focus on the art of it. Just tell me about why it's so unique. What about it you feel really captures people's attention?
Well, in Key West, it's natural because we have fishermen coming in all the time and people come here for a fishing holiday. They never expect when they're coming into a gallery to see a fish that's got flames on it. You know, so that's a unique instance in itself. They go by the windows and they see them and they're drawn in the next. They actually come back the next day to see them because they're so captivated by the images. So they come in and then to see them with the sparkle on them. You know, you think that it's maybe a man's thing, but the women are in love with it also because of the sparkle and the different colors on them. They're so uniquely colorful as well.
Can you talk a little bit about how the color really kind of gives a life to these that you haven't really seen before? Right?
Well, for me, you know, when I first saw Chris's work, I think I showed it more than any other piece in the gallery for the first week I was here because it was so captivating just to me. The colors were just so attractive, being a person who likes color. But what I looked at the most was the fact that they do special things under the lights. So, you know, you get these different colors. When you bring the lights down, you'll see, like, for example, on a piece that's got blue and it would transition into teal. When the lights are on them, you see that even more evidently.
Yeah, talk a little bit about that for me, please. In that, you know, if you're standing, you know, standing in different positions, you see different things. You know, you see the detail and the depth
Of the piece. Yeah, that's another part of his craft is that sometimes people think that what they're looking at is actually the contour of the fish. He's actually painted the shadows in. So people come up and they want to put their hand on. Oh, sorry.
Great comment. But
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, so people come by and they're captivated by the piece. They look at it and they actually want to put their hand on it because they can't believe that the shadows are actually painted in. They're not just a contour of the actual fish. And the different colors transition from one color to another color with such soft detail that it's just like it's a natural thing.
Can you talk a little bit about the idea that Chris's work is kind of drawn people that might not typically have been attracted to taxidermy, but with this, it's like it's a whole new, you know, approach to it. Because I mean, seeing women that woman that just walked in, I mean, had it just been a typical taxidermy, let's say, she probably wouldn't have had, you know. So really
Right.
It's bringing people an interest to the fish and to that maybe perhaps never had them before. Let's wait for this one. Okay, go ahead.
What's really fun is watching a couple come in and see Chris's work. They're drawn to it because they see it the night before in the window. They come in the next day on purpose because they've seen it through the window, and they come in. And you expect that the man, being a fisherman or some knowledge of taxidermy, is going to be the one most interested in the work. But what's really captivating is watching the women's reactions to it because of the sparkle and all the colors. they're looking at it from a different perspective as a piece of art rather than a taxidermy form. So you've got this best of both worlds for people that come in and see them.
Talk a little bit more again for me about the detail, the real teeth, the layers of paint.
Okay. What's another really fun thing to do is when people come in and they're a family and they have a child. And that's one of my favorite groups to show these pieces to, because the teeth are actually real in the jaws of some of the sharks. And so the kids, you know, a parent comes into the gallery and they're like, don't touch anything, don't touch anything. Damn motorcycles getting in the way of my work.
So, go back to the parent says.
So the parents come in with the kids, and the first thing a parent says to anybody walking into a gallery is, don't touch anything, don't touch anything. And yet these pieces, because the teeth are real, are so attractive. They're hung low. And we say to the kids, be very, very careful. You can touch, those are real teeth in that shark. And the parents are amazed. You know, this is something that not only appeals to them, but also appeals to their children. It's a beautiful art form, but it's also something that people put in a child's room.
There's, you know, certainly a lot of pieces that you guys have in here that people are going to be attracted to, paintings and whatnot, but photography. But this is just, can you talk a little bit about just how unique it is and why it's different from other artists or other different displays that you've had in the gallery?
Chris's work is not only different because it's sculpture, but it's all right, Chris's work is not only different because it's sculpture. We do have sculpture in the gallery, but Chris's work also is sculpture out of fiberglass as a taxidermy mound. So that's taking something that's very ordinary and making it completely extraordinary to begin with. So people aren't expecting to come in and see a fish with flames on it. And so when they come in and they're seeing that this work is something that's very light, it's not something that they have to get a truck to move. You know, they're able to hang it on their wall, and it's something that is completely unique. It's not a two-dimensional painting on the wall that people are looking at that's creating perspective. It actually has perspective.
Talk a little bit about the Jessica Rabbit and that form of his art.
Really love the Jessica Rabbit piece because those are done with metal that he has taken a grinder and has created some depth with it. There's different pieces that he has, but Jessica Rabbit is got humor to it. She has a line in her show that says, I'm not bad, I'm just drawn this way. And everybody finds that a humorous thing, and it gives it a sense of fun, which a lot of art is not taken in a fun sense. It doesn't have a sense of humor, it's very serious. So Chris's work is something you can have a lot of fun with.
What do you look forward to, let's say, the future of Chris's art? What you anticipate? Can you scoot that way just a little bit?
I can.
Too much. Back that way. There you go. What excites you about his work? What do you look forward to?
Oh my gosh, today I came in and I was overawed by his colors in the work. I didn't expect to see the purple and the pink on the glow-in-the-dark pieces. I love the glow-in-the-dark pieces above all of the other ones, and I specifically look forward to having one on my wall at home.
How about a line, we kind of said it, but if you look at it from different angles, you see different.
Oh, the chameleon pieces.
Right.
Oh, those are, I sold a black chameleon piece to a woman who was an interior designer.
Mm-hmm.
That was an amazing sale.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, talk about that. Let's
Had
wait for this chat. Okay, thank you.
One of the really unique pieces that I sold of Chris's was a black chameleon ray, and it was very neat because as you walked past it, it changed colors. And an interior designer purchased it from Naples who wanted it specifically because her entire decor was black, and her husband was a racer, a car racer, retired, but she bought it because A, it had the flames, and because it was black, and because it did this transitional chameleon thing. But she sent me a photograph of it in her home, and it was just stunning, absolutely beautiful. We have to do that again.
Just the last part. Hold on 1 second.
Which, from where?
She sent me a photograph of it in her home. Okay.
She sent me a photograph of it in her home, and it was just stunning because it appealed to all of the elements of that. The flames. There we go. How rude.
One more time.
So she sent me a photograph of it in her home, and it was stunning because of the black going with her whole black decor, the flames that changed colors, and the element of the fact that her husband was a racer.
How long have you been in the art industry?
As an artist myself, or
you know,
selling?
Selling either one.
Let me think. Okay, I started when I was 20, and I am 56. So how many is that? 36 years? Been in the business for 36 years. Please don't put I'm guessing my age. So.
We'll just start your interview with that.
Yeah, thanks a lot. She can't remember who she is. She's a ditz. How in the hell do you expect her to sell you a piece of art? She can't even count. All right. So what do you want to hear?
Just something about that, you know, you're an artist yourself, which I didn't know, and that you've been in the gallery business for however long.
Majority of your life?
You know.
Yeah.
And that Chris's work, you know, is
Astounding.
You know.
So I've been in the gallery business and the art business pretty much all my life. I'm an artist myself from Canada, and when I came into this gallery to start working for the James Coleman Gallery, it was amazing because Chris's work was here, and I was just drawn to it from the start because of its fun element and its beauty and its craft. It really has almost everything that you could ever ask for in a piece of art.
For somebody who's, let's say, sitting on the fence, you know, they're watching this, what do they need to know about this? If they're not actually touching and feeling it themselves, but they're watching this, what do they need to know about it to make that decision to buy it?
Repeat the question in a different way.
So somebody's watching this and they're
Yeah.
not here. What do you think somebody needs to know about the work without having to touch it like that?
All right.
You know, without actually being able to sit here and look at it and see the dimension. You only see it on TV. What does somebody need to know to let them know how great this is?
Okay. So you want to see a beautiful piece of art. This not only is beautiful, but if you could see it in person, it would exceed your expectations so far, you would be absolutely thrilled with your purchase. There's nothing you could buy. So a lot of times with art, people can fall into the arrogance level of it. It's got to be this, it's got to be that to fall into a category of art. That's the cool thing about Chris's work, is that it is appealing to everyone, even art collectors who have pieces by world masters, or the person who's coming in to buy their first time piece of art. They can find something in Chris's work that's going to appeal to them. I think one of my favorite stories is the story where the parents came in to purchase the glow-in-the-dark shark for their 6-year-old son. That was a very neat thing that happened because the little boy had been having nightmares, and the parents bought it for him because the shark would forever chase away the nightmares.
That's good.
I don't know.
Do you need anything else? Did I answer?
There we go.
Okay, clap for me, please. Okay, go ahead.
So no matter whether you're a first-time art buyer or a well-seasoned collector, Chris's work is going to appeal to you. They're so unique. The pieces are so much fun, and they're so different from anything you're going to possibly have already purchased or want to purchase. That's a really bad line.
Will people see this anywhere else? Not just this gallery, but I mean his type of work. Is this type of work through another artist? Is there anybody else?
I know there is somebody that's selling it online, and it's crap.
Okay.
But I'm not going to say that.
I'm just saying you're not going to find the quality and the detail in this
No.
type of art anywhere.
No.
Something like that.
Just off the top of your head, what do you think that?
Okay.
I don't think you're ever going to find this level of quality of work in this type of work anywhere.
Let's try that again. Get to your right just a hair. There you go. Okay.
The quality of this work, the level of integrity with the artist, you're not going to find this level of work anywhere else. I think you'd really want to be the proud owner of a Cris Walazak piece. Hi there.
last thing
Hi.
for me one more time?
How you doing?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Good. What, are you shooting the commercial or something?
We're just talking about this work here, but we're almost done. Give me 1 second,
Okay,
then
fine, take time.
we'll be right with you.
Yeah, at my age, I got a couple more years.
There you go. All right, we'll sell you a hot rod shark. How's that?
Hot rod shark.
Remember what I'm saying again?
You won't find the quality
Right.
Ooh. Okay.
You're not going to find the quality of this work anywhere else. The level of integrity of the artist and the quality of the craft is I don't know, unmatchable? Yeah,
of the known.
is
Yeah.
second to none. That's what I want to say.
Yeah.
The quality of the work is second to none.
Quality of Chris,
The quality of Cris Walizak's work is second to none.